Yo, what's going on, everybody? We got a mailbag on deck for everybody watching today's video. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Knicks Now. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Let's get into it. My man, Elliot Shucksmith says Brunson really got ranked 32nd in the ESPN list. Where do you think he should be ranked? I personally think top 20 players and top 10 guard in the league. Look, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask this question because I think Jalen Brunson is one of the best players in the NBA. And when you look at the list and some of the players that are on that list, it's pretty embarrassing. Donovan Mitchell is ranked 15th. Jalen Brunson has sent him home 2 times in the playoffs in the last 2 years. Outplayed him when he was with the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic missed 2 games. He outplayed him and beat him in 5 games when they were each the best player on the team in the playoffs. Tyrese Halliburton was ranked 21st on this list. Jalen Brunson was 32nd. Tell me this, guys. How do the Knicks, who make it to the second round of the playoffs, have their best player ranked as 32nd in the league and Julius Randle a fringe top 50 player? Everyone tells me Tom Thibodeau's not a good coach. So how does that happen? You don't have any players in the top 30, and you win a playoff game, a playoff series. I don't get it. Look, if you think Donovan Mitchell at this point is a better basketball player than Jalen Brunson, you're just wrong. You are literally just wrong. Just because you can dunk and shoot three-pointers from really far does not make you better. And it's upsetting. That's why I didn't even want to talk about this list, because it's a joke. The same media that made this freaking list was the same media that voted Julius Randle a 2-time All-NBA player. Some of the players ranked against Julius Randle could never lead a team to the playoffs. He's done it twice. Yeah, he hasn't showed up. But it's the same idea with LeBron James. LeBron James is better because he made the NBA Finals than lost compared to if he lost in the conference finals. And if you don't follow along with that lineage of thoughts, we can't really have an honest conversation. Toes, what up, said? He said, favorite Knicks player right now? It's Jalen Brunson. I can tell from that right there. But he chose us, and he's delivered on everything he said he would do, and then some. He embodies what it means to be a New York Knicks basketball player. Number 11, give me that guy. Levi's the best says, do you think Barrett will put it all together this season based on his FIBA play, even though how he played on Monday? So hard for me to talk about RJ Barrett and who he is because, it's as simple as this. If he just takes his defense up 10%, I'm not asking a lot, 10%, and he improves his three-point percentage to where he becomes an average three-point shooter, he would be a winning player in this league. But I don't know if he can do that. I really don't. I loved the 8-game stretch he had in the playoff from Game 3 against Cleveland to Game 5 against Miami. He was really good. But then in Game 6 against Miami, he went 0 of 10 from the field. I think RJ is good at what he's good at, which is getting the ball to the basket, and he's becoming better at finishing. But you can't just be a one-trick pony. He has to get it back to the basket game or something. He has to add something. Because if you're going to shoot 30% from 3, man, it's hard to be successful in this league. All he has to do is become an average three-point shooter, and I think he becomes a consistent winning piece for this Knicks team. And I'll say it. The fastest way for the Knicks to become contenders in the Eastern Conference is for RJ Barrett to become an elite player. It's the fastest way for them to do it. This is a big season for him. Do I think he puts it all together? I pray he does. I really, really do. I just don't know if he is. I don't know if he will. My heart says yes. My brain says hold on a little bit. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel for your Knicks videos every single day. If you want to see the Knicks win games, sub for Knicks Dubs. Subscribe to the channel. Johnson, what up, brother? Do you think Donovan Mitchell will fit into a Tibbs defensive coaching style? It's a good question. I would say yes, because there was rumors that Tom Thibodeau wanted the Knicks to trade for Donovan Mitchell. And I don't think he would say trade for him if he didn't think he could fit. And at the end of the day, if you do have a Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell backcourt, you are going to be a suspect defensive team on the perimeter. But there's a reason that it should be able to work. It's because of Tom Thibodeau, one of the best defensive coordinators in the National Basketball Association. And I've seen him draw up some pretty good defensive game plans. And he would have to find a way to make it work for Brunson and Mitchell. Because Tibbs is going to not. I mean, look, Julius Randle fits into a defensive scheme by Tom Thibodeau. So, yeah, I think Mitchell could. He's really good when it comes to deflecting passes and getting steals. He's just kind of a traffic cone. And can you win with that? I don't know. You'd be winning games probably 120 to 118. But I think it gives you a better chance than what you have right now to win an NBA Finals. We'll get to more questions coming up in a second, but I need you guys to go over and head over to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the promo code CLNS. And Prize Picks, the number one place to play daily fantasy sports, is going to match your initial deposit up to $100. This is all you have to do. You pick a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you just look at the stat projection that Prize Picks has for them, and you select more or you select less. They've already got some players for the Knicks for the entire season this upcoming year, and it's points per game for Brunson, Randle, and Barrett. They got the stats that they got on screen. You guys see it right now, and you just select more or you just select less. The more players you have on your lineup card, the higher the payout could be. It's the only way to play daily fantasy sports right now in the world that we're living in, and if you're not doing it, change it. PrizePicks.com/CLNS and use the promo code CLNS to get that deposit match. My man Michael Vasquez, what up, Brody? Is Mitchell Robinson underrated? Absolutely. Let's go back to the ESPN list. They had, who's the center for the Cavs? I'm blanking on his name. Jared Allen. They had Jared Allen as a top 60 player. They had Mitchell Robinson ranked as the 100th player in the NBA. Mitchell Robinson was Jared Allen's daddy in the playoffs. This man had 18 rebounds in a closeout game. It's not even close who the better player is. Yes, Mitchell Robinson is one of the most underrated players in this league. He is the best offensive rebounder in the league, and he's a top 5 rim protector. Does he have shortcomings on the offensive end? Absolutely. But the things he does well matters to being a center, and he does them better than just about everybody else at that position. So, yeah, I'm going to say he's underrated for sure. Nope says, is Jalen Brunson going to be all-pro? Also, can he lead a team to the promised land? I think Jalen Brunson has a chance to be an all-NBA player this year, no doubt about it. I think he should have got some votes last year. Can he lead a team to the promised land? As much as I love Jalen Brunson, as much as I believe in him, I'm not sure he could be the best player on a championship team. I think he's special. I think he's going to be better this year than he was last year. I'm just not sure that he could be the number one option. Can a 6-foot guard that doesn't defend be your number one option? Yeah, it was Steph Curry. But he also got 2 rings with Kevin Durant. So can it be done? I'm never going to say never, but I like our team. Like, the Knicks need to find someone better than Jalen Brunson. He was never brought here to be the number one player on this team. He's elevated his play, and he's made people believe he probably can be. And I think he's got a chance. But I would say no. I do not think he could be the best player. He'd be a best player on a team that gets to the conference finals. I don't know if it's the promised land, though. Excuse me. Gary Harris, one of my favorite players for the Magic. What up, brother? We should trade for Embiid. Brunson and Embiid would be amazing to watch. Go Knicks. You got Joel Embiid and Jalen Brunson. Yeah, I think you could win the NBA title. You're giving up a lot for Embiid, but he's a 29-year-old MVP. There's risk that comes with it. He's missed some playoff games. He's missed some regular season games. His production is not as good in the playoffs as it is in the regular season. But I'm going to tell you guys what I tell myself. There's no perfect player. And if a player was perfect, that team would not be trading him. And the way the Knicks have gone about building this roster, it's to get to the mountaintop through trading for a star. And I'm not sure you're going to find one better than Joel Embiid. So, yeah, I would trade for him. I would. Johnson, there were words going around that Jericho Sims would play at the 4. How do you feel about that? We saw him play at the 4 in that first preseason game against the Boston Celtics. That could be a couple of reasons why, right? Josh Hart did not play. And Tom Thibodeau could be trying some stuff out. But we also saw last year that when Obi Toppin missed time with that broken leg, they went with a 4-5 duo off the bench of Jericho Sims and Isaiah Hartenstein. I don't think it's that effective of a lineup. You're almost playing 3-on-5 on the offensive end. I think Jericho Sims is a really good third center. I don't think he's a power forward in this league. If he has to do it for stretches of games, sure. But at the end of the day, your starting power forward is going to play 35 minutes per game with Julius Randle. So there's not that many minutes to fill. How do I feel about it? Not ideal, but how much is it going to be? How much is it going to be? So I don't think it's going to be that much. Hope that kind of answers your question right there, JU. Remember, guys, if I didn't get to your question today, you can shoot me a DM over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_, and I'll make sure to answer your question over there. Reminder, we're live on the channel in a couple of days. Knicks, Celtics, preseason game number 2, matchup number, I said 2 and I had 3. Preseason game number 3, matchup number 2. See you there. Subscribe, turn noties on.